Hey, how are you guys doing today? I'm so glad to see you. I wish we could come here for vacation Bible school so that, we could play games and run around and have a really good time. But, with the coronavirus and everything that's going on, it's safer that you guys are at home. But I do have an awesome story for you guys today, and I'm so glad to see everybody here today. In fact, is that Hadley and Hayden over there? Hey, how are you guys doing? And is that Zoe and Madison? Hey, good to see you guys. And hey, what are you two doing? Arlo, Emerson, is that you? So good to see all of you guys and everyone else here today. So glad to be here with you. Now, who remembers? Who remembers last month when we got together for Vacation Bible School? Who remembers what the story was? If you remember, right, it was about a big boat and a big flood. And a guy by the name of, yes, that's right, Noah and the flood. You see, everybody in the world, all the people in the world, they become so sinful, they're being so naughty that God had to do something about it. So he sent a flood to destroy the world, but he put Noah and his family in the ark and saved them. But that only fixed the problem for a little while. You see, after Noah and his family got out of the ark, and there was a whole bunch more new people that had been born, God's people, they were still pretty naughty, pretty sinful. In fact, there was this one town, a city by the name of Nineveh. Can you guys say Nineveh? Yeah, very good. This city called Nineveh, and it was just full of naughty, bad, sinful people. So much so that God looked down and saw it, and he knew. He knew that he had to do something about it. And what did God decide to do? Well, he decided to send a man by the name of Jonah to that city to tell those people that they were being naughty and that they needed to stop. But there was a problem. You see, Jonah had heard of this place called Nineveh before. And he knew that it was full of really bad people. So Jonah, he did not want to go to Nineveh. So you know what he decided to do? You know what Jonah decided to do? He decided to run away from God. I know, right? That's silly, isn't it? You can't run away from God. God is everywhere. But that's what Jonah tried to do. So Jonah, he began to run away, and he went to this city that was right on the side of the sea. And the name of this city was Joppa. Do you guys say Joppa? Very good, very good. So Jonah, he runs to Joppa, and he gets on a boat, and he's going to sail far across the sea to this place called Tarshish. Can you guys say Tarshish? I don't know exactly where that is, but it's a fun thing to say, Tarshish. Well, Jonah, he gets on this boat, and he begins to sail across the sea. Now, this wasn't as big as the ark that Noah had. It was a much smaller ship, but it had other people on it, including a captain. Well, as they were sailing along, God, seeing that Jonah was running away, he sent a huge storm against the ship. And the ship was battered with the wind, and the waves were crashing over the sides of the ship, and it was filling up with water, and the crew knew that they were going to sink. So the captain, not knowing what to do or how to stop it, he goes down and he finds Jonah. And do you know what Jonah was doing? He was sleeping. He was sleeping there in the belly of the ship, in the bottom of the ship. So the captain goes to him and says, "Awake, you sleeper! Get up and pray to your God that he might save us." So Jonah woke up and he saw the storm, and Jonah knew that the storm had come from God. The sailors, they were trying to save the ship, and they didn't know what to do. Their ship was sinking. So Jonah told them. Jonah told the sailors, "Hey, if you just throw me into the sea, then you'll be fine. The storm will go away." Well, the sailors, they didn't want to do that. They knew if they threw Jonah into the sea, that he would drown. So they fought. They rowed as hard as they could to get to land, but they couldn't get there. And they knew that the ship was going to break up and sink to the bottom of the ocean. So finally, out of desperation, they picked up Jonah and they threw him in the sea. And then you know what happened? As Jonah landed in the ocean, you know what happened? Well, a big whale came up and ate Jonah, swallowed him whole. The end. So you see, you can't run from God. What? What's that? You say that's not the end of the story? And you want to know what happened to Jonah? Well, okay, all right. Well, let me tell you the rest. Well, you see, what happened is that this whale, it swallowed Jonah up, swallowed him whole. So he was still alive, and he was in the belly of the whale for 3 days. And do you know what Jonah was doing in the belly of the whale? Yeah, he was praying. He was praying and praying to God. And of course, God, even in the belly of the whale, God heard Jonah's prayers. So after being in the belly of the whale for 3 days, God spoke to the whale. And the whale, you know what he did? It's kind of gross. He puked up Jonah onto the sea. Blah! Yeah. And so now Jonah was on dry land. And Jonah, he knew now, there's no way that I can run away from God. So he decides to listen to God and go to, what city was he supposed to go to? Oh, that's right, Nineveh. He was supposed to go to Nineveh. So he goes to Nineveh. And when he goes into the city, he tells the people that if they don't stop being naughty, stop being bad, stop sinning, then God is going to destroy their city. And do you know what happened? Those people, they heard Jonah's words. They heard God's words that he had given to Jonah to say to them, and they listened to God. And they repented of their sins. They said they were sorry, and they were going to stop doing all these naughty things. And God, seeing that they were repentant, that they were sorry for their sins, he didn't destroy their city. That's the story of Jonah and the whale. And it teaches us some very important things, actually. I mean, first, it teaches us that we can't run away from God. In fact, we shouldn't even try to run away from God, because no matter where we go, no matter what happens, no matter how far away we think we are from God, God is always with us. So you don't have to be scared, because actually you're never, ever alone. God is always with you. And it also shows us, the story of Jonah, it also teaches us that no matter how bad our sins are, no matter how naughty and bad we might be, that we can always be forgiven of our sins. God knows when we are repentant, when we say we're sorry to God, he not only forgives our sins, but he forgets them. So no matter what we do in our lives, we can always turn to God, and he will always forgive us. Well, I hope you enjoyed our story today. And if your parents should have some craft packs for you to do, and there's a song for you guys to sing. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope to see you again real soon. God bless you, and have a great, great day.